Hey, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you a demonstration and a review of these model gel, which is really just colored products that you can use to create 3D nail art. So let's go ahead and get started with the review and demonstration. So this is a product from Amazon. I will link it in my Amazon storefront in the description box if you're interested in picking this up. These are the colors that they come in, and they also come with this little sculpting tool, so you can see it's kind of like angled in a way, and we have kind of a more of a flatter surface. So this is what the kit comes with. It was around $20, and I'm just going to use this cuticle pusher to actually scoop out the product when I use my practice finger and do a 3D flower for you. So stick around to the end of the video so you can see this gel in motion. So let's go ahead and get started with the review. I've played around with it a little bit before doing this review, but I haven't really successfully done a 3D flower yet. So I kind of tried it out, and I think I have a good method, and we'll see how it comes out. So I'm gonna open these for you so you can see the colors. They're a little bit hard to take out of the little box here. Okay, so this is the little containers that they come in. Very simple. And initially when I first saw them, I thought, oh my god, these little containers are so small. But the reason why I got the multicolor instead of just getting clear or white is because I don't just want to do one or two colors 3D art. So I just thought I'd pick up this one since it seemed pretty decent. So I'm going to open it up. This is our white color. And next, I'm just going to put them down so that I can take them out. We have a brown color, which is, it looks a little gross in there. But we have our brown. There's a little bit of fuzz. This might be an air bubble. Might be air bubbles in here. Let's see. Yeah, it's like a little air bubble. I'll show you the consistency in a moment as well. We have our brown. We have a beautiful, like a royal purple type of color. It's a very, very deep purple. Hopefully you can tell. It's a very, very deep purple. Next, we have a hot pink. This is beautiful, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out this little fuzz that's in here because I don't want it to mess up my little designs. And we have a little glitter in here. So you just want to work in a very clean area. So this is the hot pink, and you can see it's a little shiny, but you can make it matte once you kind of start playing with it. Okay, next row. I want to say this is clear, or is it black? Let's see. Oh, it's black. Okay, cool. We have a black color. I thought it was clear at first. So we have a black. And they smell like gel. They smell like gel. Let me smell it real quick on camera. Yeah, they smell like gel. It's not anything too strong. This is more of like a baby blue. And you can see some of them are shinier. Some of them are a little bit more matte. And again, we have a little bit of schmuck in here, which is kind of like irritating because I wish they were like super pristine, because I don't want to get any in my design and then realize it, and then, you know what I mean? So I wish they kind of had a seal on them. Here is a nude color, or like a fleshy type of color, and a lighter pink. This is like a bubblegum type pink. Let me take this little thing out. So I guess that's the only thing I don't really like about this so far, is that they didn't come sealed, and they've had, as you can see, a little bit of, you know, schmuck in it. And again, if you hear any, I'm gonna say this on my videos now, if you hear anything, it's my cats that are playing. We have a blue. These are a bit similar. It's a bit similar to this one, but this is a lot darker, and this is obviously more blue, but this looks like this could go here, and then that's darker. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna switch them, because doesn't it look like this goes with that color and this goes with this? Let me actually swatch this color real quick. Oh yeah, much deeper. So I'm just gonna switch it because it kind of makes a little more sense for me to switch it like that. You don't have to, but that's just what I'm gonna do. We have our green, very bright green. And I'm trying to make sure I like seal them up all the way. Don't leave any unsealed. We have yellow, very bright, and red, which I did use already, but I just put it back in to try it out. And these are the colors. So we get 12 colors. They are very beautiful. I really like them. You can also combine them if you want to do, for example, a darker blue. No, that doesn't make sense because we already have a dark blue. If you want to do maybe like a lighter pink, even lighter than this one, you could just mix it with the white. And I'm thinking, like I mentioned in another video, I wasn't sure what I wanted to use my little clear Young Nails jars for, but I'm thinking maybe I can pre-mix some little colors and see how they hold up in that other little jar. And the tool itself is really nice. It's a basic little silicone tool. I do want to get one that's just pointed instead of like this shape. Let me zoom in a bit or focus it here. You can see the shape on it. So, and then this side, I just kind of, I don't really use it. I just used it to push it back in after I was done trying out these little, trying them out. So let's go ahead and get started with the review or the demo now that we're done with the review. So I have my Amazon practice finger and I have a sculpted full cover nail tip, and I just used it because I want to use the pink background. And I'm going to use my cuticle pressure to be scooping out the product, rolling it into a ball, and then placing it onto the nail. And I'm going to use my lamp from Young Nails, a little flash cure, because I'm thinking I'm just going to flash cure each petal in between. Just when I like it, I'm going to flash cure it so that way they don't move. Just like acrylic, when you start to work each petal, it starts to harden. So that way it's not just moving around and potentially getting messed up by the other beads, getting too smushed. So that's kind of one thing that I did learn. Some people have been using alcohol to moisten their little silicone pusher, but I'm not going to do that. I feel like these are pretty movable and I don't want to add any product in them to mess with the adhesion or anything like that. So I'm also not going to be using any top coat or anything. This is just the nail tip, just plain and ready to go. So let's go ahead and try them out. I am going to work on it as best as I can, and we'll see with the result, and I'll come back for a final review. So stay tuned. All right, so I'm gonna use this hot pink color. Open it up. I'm gonna grab a little bead, and you kind of want to eyeball it because you want to add the same size bead each time. I'm gonna make sure that I don't have any dust on my fingers, which I probably will. So I'm gonna try to get all my beads like this, But what I might do is I might just get 5 little petals so that way I can just grab them and go. So I'm gonna use the top of my powder and I'm gonna make a little ball and I'm just gonna stick them on here. And I'm gonna just roll and go. So let's do 1. There's a little bit of glitter right there. Just avoid that area. And that's why I'm like, I wish it was sealed, because I mean, I didn't put the glitter in there. I don't know how the glitter got in there, but so I'm really just eyeballing it. I'm trying just to get them as even as possible. And they're a little sticky, not too bad. This one might be a little bit bigger, but that's okay. We're just trying it out. Grab a little bit more. And initially when I started doing this, when I was trying it out, when I opened it, I did some really big beads and I was like, okay, yeah, we're gonna need to work a lot smaller. So in that case, what I realized is once you are comfortable with forming a large bead, you can just put it back in so you don't waste any product. And then you can work on some smaller beads. That way you don't waste any product. And if you're doing little beads like this, you're not wasting a lot, or you're not using a lot of product. We're using a very, very small amount. So we'll see. This one might be a little bit bigger, but it's fine. I think on this little bead, I'm gonna add a little bit more just to make this one a little bit bigger. And then this other one a little bit bigger as well. So once you make your little beads, and so this is an example, you don't have to do it this way. You can scoop them and do them as you go, but I just want to make sure that they're all the same size. And I like 5 petal flowers. You can do however many petals you would like. So I'm just going to put my lid back on and I'm going to put it away so that way we don't get any type of light on them. I'm going to put them in the dark and let's get ready to go. So I have my nail light right here ready to go. And let me move it because I'm not using it right now. Okay, so here's the thing. We have some glitter on my practice finger. So I'm just going to clean it off and then I'll be right back with the demonstration. All right, I went ahead and I cleaned off my finger and now we're ready to go. I do want to mention I did get a new finger recently. I'm be getting it in a couple of days, so just keep an eye out for a review on another practice finger. So let's just go ahead and get started. I'm going to be using this edge here and I'm going to pick up my first little bead. I'm going to place it on the nail and I'm going to cure a bead at a time. So we have it a little bit flat here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the tip of the bead and I'm just going to press down on it flatly in the same spot. I'm going to use the corner of the bead, I'm going to use the corner of the brush and bring in the tip of the bead to create that petal shape. It's the same thing when we're doing acrylic, but of course these petals are not going to be moving as much as acrylic does. So this is the first little bead. Hopefully you can see that okay. I'm going to cure it. And you don't have to cure it in between, just in case you mess up, but I do recommend just trying it out a little bit and putting the the product, the gel, back inside of your little jar. That way you don't waste product, and then, you know, just get comfortable with it, and then you can actually start doing it. That way, you know, you have your excuse to make mistakes, your excuse to not be perfect. So just try it out and see how it goes, and then you can actually start to cure it. So I'm just going to, that should be enough. Let me test it out here. Yeah, I think it's hardened now. So I'm gonna bring back my little beads. I'm gonna pick up another bead. Let's grab this one here. And you can see like they kind of stick to each other. So that's why you want to make sure you're not going to smush them together. So I'm just gonna flatten it out a bit. And again, this is where my little rhinestone is gonna go, or if you're gonna use like a little, you can use like little silver balls too. And just round it out here a bit. Okay, that looks good to me. I'm gonna move this to in the dark. And then we're going to cure this one. And you can see it's pretty fast, pretty simple to do these little beads, and that way you're not like chasing them with the acrylic. I have a few videos on how to make a petal, how to put the petals together. So who is this? April, stop it. So if you're still having difficulties after watching my other videos on how to do 3D acrylic, you can just try this out, and I think you're gonna have a much stress-free experience. Okay, I'm gonna turn it off. Let me just test it. Yep, it's hard. Now, I don't know how long the wear time is on these, but we shall see. We'll test it out. So this one is gonna go here. You don't have to do this type of flower. You can do different types of petals. I'm gonna do some more, you know, exploring with this, and we'll see how they come out, and I'll be doing another little video on it. So just keep your notifications turned on. Make sure you're subscribing. That way you won't miss the video. It looks pretty good to me. Let me try to move that off a bit. And this flower is really small. It's so cute. Okay, I'm not like 100% loving this petal, but sometimes, like I always say, you gotta quit while you're ahead. And I think I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead on this one. Okay, so we're gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna move this to the side, and I'm gonna cure this. Move that to the side as well. I don't know how long it needs to be cured, but I'm just flash curing it, and then I'm gonna cure it underneath my bigger lamp just to be sure. Baby, you can't play with that. I shouldn't even have it on the floor. Let me grab this. No, baby, that's mama's. I'm sorry, you can't play with that. He's like, well, why is it on the floor? Okay, so I'm gonna grab my little beads again. Going to pick it up. Let me know what you think, if this is something you can see yourself trying. I think I should have done them more spaced out. Should I do 4? Or do you think 5 is gonna fit? I'll do 5. YOLO it. Oops, I kind of did it wrong. There you go, and then this one I can smooth it out a bit. And I can definitely say that curing in between is going to be a lot easier than having them potentially get all jumbled up, because that's what was happening with my other ones. When I was first trying it out, they were just super like stuck together, and I didn't really like that look. Okay, so now I'm going to cure this. This could even be like a little butterfly. You can get some little rhinestones and like do the little antennas. I think that would be cute too, now that I'm thinking about it. But let's just continue with the flower. And I'm gonna grab some little beads. And well, I don't know, I'm gonna, should I use a rhinestone? Yeah, I'm just gonna use a rhinestone. I think I actually have some rhinestones on my table, so I'll just use those for now. And then I'll show you the little gold beads that you can use as well. Okay, that should be good. Let me just test it. Yep, I think it's hardened. Even if it's not like super cured, just a flash cure. And then this last bead. This was a little bit easier than I thought it was, and I think that now that I successfully put a flower together, I think it's really because I flash cured it in between. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. I'm gonna go ahead and flash cure this little one, this little guy. And what do you guys think? Do you think it looks cute? Do you think that this is something that you can try? And I've seen people do like little sweater nails where you kind of do little snakes and then you roll them together, and then you create like a little sweater design on like a little gonk or a little gnome. So there's tons of stuff you can do with this. You can create characters. A lot of my characters I do with acrylic, and I'll show you them at the end of the video too. I'll show you the little characters I've done from when I've gone to Disneyland and when I've gone to Universal Studios. Some of them are a little bit broken because they weren't really strong and they were like hanging, like lifted up off of my nail because they're like 3D art. They weren't stuck on. I did the characters with acrylic and then I put them on my nail. So let me go ahead and grab the little rhinestone, and then I'll show you the finished look for this flower, and then I'll show you what I've created with acrylic. Okay, so before I begin, these are, let me try to open this so you can see them. Oh no, oh, I think I forgot how to open this. I think it's like this. These are the little characters that I did from when I went to Disneyland. This is my little Stitch. I did a little Toy Story, little alien. His little point broke off. And I think, did his ears break off too? I think his ears kind of broke off. I did Wreck-It Ralph. And a little Mike Wazowski. So, and then I also did a Mickey Mouse with like the little Mickey Mouse head. I don't know where that one is actually. I think that one's missing. And then I did Shrek for Universal Studios, and I'll have to show you those in another video because I think they're in my scrapbook. So I just wanted to show you like the little characters that I've made. So I have to put these in the scrapbook as well. And then these are the little beads that you can use. So you can use like these little medium-sized beads on them, or just like one giant one. So this is just an option. And then let's go ahead and do the rhinestones. Let me grab them real quick. My table is a mess right now. Okay, so these are the rhinestones I'm gonna use. And let's go ahead and stick them on. I already have I'm gonna use let's just use this builder gel because I don't have my nail glue, my Beetle's nail glue, which I would rather use, but let's just go ahead and do that. And since I don't have more of these, I'm just going to use this little tiny one just because. And I'm going to grab my builder gel. And again, I would have used my nail glue, but I don't actually know where it is at the moment. So we're going to add a little bit in the center. I'm going to grab, oh, that's not my little picker upper. Let me find it. Pick this up, put it here. So cute. What do you think? And then I'm going to flash cure this again. Whoops. Some fuzz on my finger. Let me close my bottle. And let's just go ahead and flash cure this. I was gonna put it in the larger lamp, but now I'm thinking it won't be so necessary to put it in there because this is just trying it out. And what you can do to make sure that this little flower won't move is you can get some nail glue or whatever you have and put it around, not like actual nail glue, but the Beetle's brand nail glue for when you stick on the nails, the Gel X method. You can just seal it, and or you can use a matte top coat too. And let me grab my little tool here. You hear that they're pretty hard and they're not sticking up. Okay, that should be fine. All right, and this is a little flower. What do you think? Let me put, I think I put it away already. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So this is the finished result. I might do a little green leaf. What do you guys think? Let's go ahead and do a green leaf just for fun. Okay, so I have my little surface ready here. I have my green and my scooper and everything ready here. Let's go ahead and do a little leaf. And that's why I really like that I got the colored one, because we can, you know, we don't have to really worry about creating the colors. We already have our kind of basic colors here. So I'm gonna grab a little bit, maybe a little bit more, just like that. And now you can really see how a little goes a long way with these. Make sure my fingers are not dusty or have any glitter. I'm just gonna do one leaf just to see what it looks like. And I'm gonna just set it down here. I like that it's a bright green too, because you can really just play around with it. Now I'm gonna clean off my little tip here. I didn't stain it, but it just got some residue on it. So I'm just gonna clean that off. Looks good. Then I'm going to, let's put it on top here. Okay, so we're gonna put it here, and then here we have like a little bit of something there, but you won't be able to see it. So just like a petal, we're just gonna press down on it, and then we're going to, so you see how we have like a little like petal on the top, like the same of the flower. Now we're just going to point it. Point it out. It's kind of the same. Hopefully you can see that. And just point it out. So cute. What do you think? Do you like it with the petal? You can do maybe like 2 petals or like a petal on the other side. Let me cure this. You can really see the definition of each petal. All right, so that should be enough for the flash cure. I'm gonna zoom you in just a bit. And that is our petal with our 3D gel. Now let me put this little thing here close. All right guys, comment down below if this is something you would like to try out, or if you've already done 3D gel designs. And I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and leave a nice comment down below. I'll see you in the next video.